Head and Hands is the oldest youth organization of our kind in Canada. And we were started by a very dedicated group of youth, parents, children, and activists who were looking for an alternative to what existed in Quebec in the early 1970s.
Yeah, and then I remember as a kid growing up in NDG, I used Head and Hands, you know, to get my first contraceptives.
It was an amazing group of people that I worked with at Head and Hands.
The original location was somewhere on Sherbrooke, I think a little bit further west from where we are now, and then they moved to Old Orchard and finally to here.
It was always fringe. I think there's a place that we can go and, you know, treat us like adults.
You would have been greeted with the same non-judgmental, genuine approach in June 1970 as you would June 2011. Some things change and some things stay the same.
I think there's more programs now than there were when I first signed on.
We have a medical clinic that runs twice a week.
We have like from 10 to 12 lawyers.
Couple and family counseling.
Street work has always been there. We do a lot of harm reduction, questions about drugs or safer sex.
Yeah, parents program.
Community space for young parents, 25 and under, and their kids.
Which is Head and Hands Youth Drop-In Center. It's really a place for them to come, chill and relax.
So this project was designed that people learn a lot about video media, but as well they learn about community building.
Street Vibes, a hip-hop showcase.
Samash, the AIDS Walk. IBS Friday.
Thank you all for coming down to support Head and Hands.
Or a volleyball tournament, which raises funds for the Sense Project, which is our sex ed program. A series of 3 workshops touch on all kinds of different aspects of sex and sexuality. I'm Big Moose!
The saying says you don't know where you're going unless you know where you come from.
They were very politicized, understanding that there was something behind the problems that we were seeing people experiencing.
We will put ourselves on the front line. We will demand that sex education be in our schools. We will demand an end to racism. We're providing frontline services, and at the same time we're at the forefront calling for massive social change.
Yeah, I think that everybody in the community has a role to play in sustaining Head and Hands and making the mission come alive.
We feel that the demands on Head and Hands are growing, which means that we need support from our friends right now.
For some people that might mean volunteering time, and for other people that might mean making a donation.
Thanks Fiona, one of our dear volunteers, for making this glorious puppet for us.
This was written by a donor. It was about how they walked with us in Samash, and it's really special. You don't have to go very far from our front door to find somebody whose life has been touched by the work that we do.
What I do is I just come here, do music, talk to the staff about my life. So they're like my second family. They're always here.
Rashad is like one of my first official clients. The center helped me a lot of things, but that I was able to give back and do the same for other youth also makes me tingling inside.
You feel that collaborative support from each program and each service.
I appreciate the youth culture here. It's really cool that Head and Hands has always trusted youth to take on, what they can take on. I feel very lucky to work at an organization that has really rad politics. I really love that I work at a feminist, anti-racist, queer posse, trans posse organization.
Most people who walk into this building get a sense of it like right away. It's like, wow, everybody wants to be here. Happy anniversary, Head and Hands, and here's to another 40 more.
Head and Hands has been great working for you, and I wish you another 40 more.
Hell yeah! Congratulations to us! We have a lot to be grateful for. We can do this. We can make it to 80.